Why, hello there, fellow trainees. Rodamont here. Thank you for tuning in to Hotel Galactic. Episode 4, Hiring on New Staff. Alright, so we used up that blue research. We researched crude storage. So we got this research done, which gives us the ability to do storage shelves. So what storage shelves are, is it's a shelf that stores this kind of stuff. For now, I'm just lining it on the floor, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. And I was going to put in one more bathroom while we're waiting. But here are the new storage shelves. And the crude storage, but we have the wooden storage, which is better. As you can see, there's 4 different color research, or 5 rather, for 5 different species that you would check into your hotel. And we've already established, of course, that the pingtons are generate blue. That's the only thing we've been able to generate so far. Alright, the housekeeping uniform we are going to assign to Tukyuk. And the housekeeping uniform has a stat bonus, a skill bonus of +2 for housekeeping. So Tukyuk's service just should have gone up by 1, having read that book. And there we go. Tukyuk now should have very high housekeeping as a result of the housekeeping performance clothing. Alright, looks like my employees are mostly idle. I don't really need wood or stone at the moment, so maybe fibers? But only Maklo can get fibers. Oh, well, Maklo can harvest. Ooh, meteorites. We'll mine those. So meteorites are timed events when they land. So you have like 20-something minutes to get them when they come down. Else they disappear. And it's a way for certain resources to be pseudo-renewable as a result. And it's creating iron nuggets. Good stuff. There's like a little bit of grass clipping through the floor here, if that's what you're wondering. Oh, did we get another impact somewhere? Yes. So I'll wait until the timer shows itself for this meteorite. And this one too. Alright, should almost be checkout time for these guys, so we can free up the rooms and check in new guests. Here we go! It's Pounce and Paws here to pick them up. And all 3 guests are checking out, so they're grabbing their stuff in their rooms. The rooms are going to need to be house kept and flipped. And then we'll have to actually check out the guests, but that should be a windfall of money, which means I'm going to order the merchant ship to come in. The merchant ship will be here in 8 hours, but I'll have some coin to be able to spend. So you... 5-star! Nice! Another 5-star. And as you can see as a result, Blue Goo is already maxed. Like Jazzy generated 72 Blue Goo from a 3-day stay. So, as I mentioned, we wouldn't have enough storage for the Blue Goo. So obviously checking out Celody, there's nowhere for this 72 Blue Goo to go. Well, that's fine. It's not a big deal. It's part of the game. Alright, so let's flip the rooms. That is the highest of high priorities. And tonight, we should have a new subset of guest check back in. Let's see, does this meteorite have a timer yet? Not yet. Maybe the first set of meteorites aren't timed. I'll leave it a little bit longer to see if the timer pops up. Could I have waited to check out the last guy after I spent the blue? No, they would have left without paying. So there was... The coins matter a lot more than the research, in my opinion. The coins is what, you know, keeps your patrons fed with food you buy and your staff paid. So, ultimately, the coins are more important. Alright, inspecting in each individual room, because the rooms themselves can get rubble in them. Or filth or other things like that. But no, they seem clean. The bathrooms seem clean. So we're just about ready to do the laundry, and then to dry the sheets to ready for the next guests. Yeah, no timer on this meter, right? I'll just mine it rather than just keep waiting. Gives the employees something to do. Here we go. All 3 sheets are now drying. And we have 3 spare sheets plus what's on the bed, so that's like 9 total. And we're ending up with inventory full of iron nuggets, which is kind of funny because I don't have a foundry or a smelter. But once we do, we'll put this metal to good use. Gathering skills are going wild. Mostly because I've just been harvesting, like, everything. So the reason why I haven't spent the goo yet is the tutorial is going to tell me, like, how to spend it. So I don't want to use it up and then need more of it, because that's just only going to set our progress back even farther. So I'd like to avoid that if possible. I might slightly adjust the room here. Let's move things around just a little bit. Trying to make it a little bit more efficient while there's no guests in the hotel. It's actually a bit of an advantage to have no one around, because that allows you to, like, do big picture changes without actually having to shut your doors down. Alright, here's the merchant I called for. Let's see. I would really like more pasta if possible. So what I'm going to do is refresh until I get Russell's pasta. Man, you really just want to offer pasta. I will buy cogwheels at a discount. Now, after 2 refreshes, as you can see, things are going to stop being discounted as much. So they're offering stuff, but like a fewer subset of them are going to be discounted. So refreshing forever, as you can see, no more discounts are being offered. So it's not like a viable way to keep trying to aim for discounts. This cheap stuff is discounted, but not the stuff I'd want. If they don't offer the pasta, it's fine. I'll hold off. So I don't... This is the last attempt. Okay, you're not going to offer me the pasta. That's fine. Let's unpack the cogwheels in the storage bin. You can kind of see the line. The line indicates that it will be like auto-deposited. Because if you don't get a line, what ends up happening is we'll just like spill all 5 cogwheels on the floor, and then you have to like go store it. And these indicate that I'm like, this unpacking is like blocking these crates, so I didn't do a good job of selecting the interaction spot there. Here we go, new guests! And then the rapid expansion quest will be completed, finally. Oh, and this is a perfect. Like, I see a 1, a 2, a 3. That's exactly what we would want, in my opinion. I'm going to prioritize the 1s. Shorter stays, for right now, we're better. So I'm going to do 1, 1, and 2. Alright, strength in numbers. Wait for a worker ship. And then as a result of doing that, we got some gold coins. And pretty soon, the merchant ship, yep, they're taking off now. They don't stick around forever, but you can always call them in. It's free. So, talk to Captain Magumo. Gustav, you old scallywag. Still floating about, eh? Good to see you ain't turned to mist. Do you remember that time we docked in, where those soup boil over? And the Piper was full of those angry Gauls? Right mess that was. Or the pier, rather. They had their reasons, peckish ones at that. But this is not Gustav, old wingmate. This one's feathered with mystery. A spirit, no doubt. Intriguing. Spirit, schmear it. Don't go disrespecting the dearly departed, you old white rabbit, or parrot. I'm a seagull, not a parrot, thank you. The distinction matters. Aye, exactly, and spirits ain't ghosts. Good to see you, friend. Even if my eyes ain't what they used to be, and brains all fogged up. You don't say. Well then, pleased to meet you. I'm Gulliver, and this here is Magumo, captain of the Unsinkable 2. The Unsinkable 2, you say? Second time's the charm. Watch out for them beady eyes, though. Ain't scheming this one. Makes up for the feathers. I like how the seagull has a peg leg. Enough. Best tell your friend we've come. Right. We, for a fact, know you're looking to bolster your crew. And we've got the best of the best waiting for you. Look how eager they are. We take a small cut per hire, naturally. And, as my bubbly mate mentioned, you'll need a proper nest for each, as they might start flapping back. We supply many establishments in the system with our new recruits. Send for us whenever you need to expand, and we'll get here in no time. Alright. Hire a new worker. Access the action wheel of the worker on Magumo's ship and select hire. So let's see who we want to bring on. There is Arya, best at service, can also do housekeeping, construction, and cooking. There is Cord, best at service, cooking, gathering, and housekeeping. And then Brevario, housekeeping and service. Let's hire Brevario. And now we have another worker. Now this worker is a bit different than the other workers. They're Pington, of course, and they also like will age up and things. So you are best at housekeeping and service. For research, you will skip, and for cooking, you will skip. Oh, shoot. All right. Also, oh, here we go. Visitors with business, I take it? Anything I can help you with? We're here to deliver a message. A message from whom? From the people who keep the galaxy spinning, my bright one. You didn't think we wouldn't notice what you're up to here, did you? And what am I exactly up to? Enlighten me. This little venture of yours, it is not on any ledger. Unregistered. You can't just open a business wherever you like without corp approval. The galaxy can't afford such unsanctioned activity. If you're truly with the Galactic Peace Corps, why are you dressed like cheap muscle? What are your names and ranks? You think you're being clever, but this isn't debatable. Shut down this ramshackle pit immediately. We don't want to see it open the next time we drop by. And if I don't, you huff and puff and kick over a lamp? Get off my island, you greedy leeches. Brave talk. I hope your guests enjoy all the walking. Blessed Peace Corps. Can't they leave us alone, can they? Anyway, gotta fix the elevator. Shouldn't be much trouble for Sparn. Huh? You thought we'd be shutting down? We ain't folding just because some coats decided to puff their chests. Not after we got Gustav believing again. Talk of closing up ends right here. As long as I'm breathing, this place stays open, you hear me? But we need more hands on deck if we're gonna hold them off. Can't run a rising hotel with a skeleton crew. So head underground, fire up the machinery, and start researching new staff rooms. We got a team to grow. This ain't gonna turn this place into the real deal, top to bottom. Let them try and stop us. Folks, rally before they can even blink. So, repair the elevator car. High priority. Deliver orders and research staff rooms. So open research, go to hotel, and go to the staff room and hit research. And this is why I didn't use the blue goo, because I knew that we would be tasked with research tasks. So the elevator car is a little bit busted. As you can see, it's not very fast. And we're going to want to repair that ASAP so that we can actually deliver the orders to our guests. But yeah, humans, right? Filthy, stupid humans. So if you're wondering about some of the lore, you can read about the organizations. So there's the Galactic Union, largest political entity in the Celestar Galaxy, spanning about approximately 60% of the expanse. GU for short. It's really just a tool to further the missions of humans. And then the Galactic Peace Corps, the official military force of the Galactic Union, which are a bunch of thugs. I paraphrased, of course, but, you know, there you have it. Alright, spend that goo so we can collect some more. And we got a little bit more goo as a result of fulfilling food orders. Also, Bravario, let's get you a set of tools. So equip an axe, equip a hammer, and equip a pick to our new employee. And there's still, like, little changes I want to make to the layout of this room. But I'm not going to do it while food is queued. Because I don't want to disable the kitchen in the process. Alright, there's staff rooms. Now that we have staff rooms, I'm going to decide on some research myself. I'm going to research elevators with blue goo. Elevators allows you to make elevators, and that's going to be really useful to expand our hotel. Ooh, we have a gift of a star meditation wall scroll. All right, let's learn that when convenient. And clean up after the diners. Is delivering the food a separate task than cooking? Yes, technically yes. But it's in the workflow of cooking, which means that Makalo's going to end up doing it anyway. So I'm going to move the kitchen hub, which is like our recipes and menu over here, and then move the cutting board closer to the materials. Basically, I'm trying to put the cauldron, the plate container, the ingredients, and the cutting board like all on top of one another, so that there's less movement involved. And here is the small staff bunk, where we can allow people to be, you know, bunked. The thing is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces already, so it's not like we need to build one of those just yet. Oh my god, how many did you eat? Yeah, we only have 1 bento left. Okay, let's get bento making too, while we're at it. Okay, the kitchen should be a little bit easier to manage now, I think. Let's call in another merchant ship, too. Try to get that pasta we wanted to buy. Alright, that room looks clean. Weird place for the paintings to hang out together. I guess they're playing with their trumpets in the bathroom? I don't know. And once elevators are researched, I'm going to expand the hotel for more rooms. Alright, some of the trees back here, let's cut down. Because we're about to do an expansion, so might as well have the materials. Shinox, thank you for the resub. And yeah, it got researched. Okay, so let's go to the buildings and go to elevator and drag it up a floor. It has to change in order to like add, you know, another floor. It has to be like 3x3 because that's how big the elevators are. So it's kind of like a preset blueprint. You can't really deviate from it and expect it to still work. And then, with the elevator, we'll do another guest room right here. And at the moment, I can only have 2 rooms queued up at a single time. That's like a limitation that can be changed via research later on. Now that we have another room coming, let's do the guest bed. Do the Orloop rug and the chair. I am running low on cloth, though. So knowing that I'm running low on cloth would be a good idea for me to save up the research for a loom, which allows us to make cloth, rope, and sheets on the loom. So that'd be another good one to unlock. What do we need to restock? So we are really low on Russell's pasta, which is one of the primary dishes that we offer. So I really want to buy some Russell's pasta if possible. Worst case scenario, if I can just change the menu to not incorporate the pasta. But ideally, I'd like to incorporate the pasta, if possible. All right, the elevator's done. Sweet. And now they're working on the guest room. Let's make yet another guest room. And with the 5th guest room coming, we'll do bed We'll do chair. And we'll do rug. I am not, however, going to make another restroom here. The guests on the 3rd floor can use the 2nd floor restroom, no problem. There'll be a different room I put there instead. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get this built in time for the bed laid out. So, because of my poor timing, I don't think there's going to be a way for us to bring in new guests. Because Pouncey's just going to leave before. Because there's no room for these guys. Almost got it. I was close. But Toon and Arya will check out, and that will add to my my goo. But as you can see, it was a 1-day stay, so I got 20 goo. Whereas a 3-day stay, I got 72 goo. So obviously, the longer the stay, the more valuable it is. But because I have very limited goo storage, I don't necessarily need to have them do a 3-day stay because there's not really space for it. Let's flip the beds. And prep additional rooms. I'm also going to need to buy cloth, because I don't have enough for the last chair. So let's queue that chair up last. I might not even have enough cloth for the bedding. And that's, again, another reason to bring in the merchant ship. With that said, I did just get the blue research I need to make a loom, and that will help our cloth shortage. So Sparn, let's get you down there researching how to make our own cloth. Do we need space in the dining rooms? We will indeed, because obviously we only have space for 4 diners. We're going to need space for at least 6. So we'll also queue up 2 elegant table sets as well. Cheers. Alright, room 4 is all adorned. Nice. Room 5 exists, because obviously you can't check anyone in without a bed. And then everything else in the crafting queue is bottlenecked from lack of cloth, I think. But here's the merchant, and that should fix it. So they're not offering cloth right now, so let's refresh. No cloth, no pasta, do it again. Could have bought the light bulbs, though. I know I'm low on light bulbs. So here's cloth. $2.85 for cloth. It's expensive, but I need it. And then here's the pasta. Perfect. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So let's unpack the pasta in the kitchen. And unpack the cloth in the storage room. And that will be what we need to keep expanding. Almost wiped our cash reserves? Yep. It's fine. You gotta grow, right? This is what we need to grow. Alright, the guest bed for room 6 just got made, and the research for the loom just got done. So let's go and queue up a loom at the end of all the craft queue. And we have more blue goo to spend, but I'm going to hold on to it for now. So they smashed up my my elevator, so I doubled in size. They were like, "Shut down your business." So we doubled. We did the very opposite of what they asked. Because screw them. And here's the elegant table set. Let's put it here. I think I had 2 of those queued up. Yeah? Yep. So we have another one queued up. We just haven't gotten around to craft it. You can see what's currently being queued here on the parchment. So we're obviously making the other elegant table set. And then the loom. But all 6 rooms are now set up and ready for guests. Minus this one, because this one has a guest. So we have dining for up to 8. And here's the loom, and we'll put the loom... I'm gonna put it out here, actually. Well, no, I'm gonna need to do a lot of looming right now. So let's put it here. It kind of blocks my boxes. The storage room that we have at start is like a smaller one. We could build another one, but I was gonna wait. Actually, you know what? Screw waiting. Oh, the trees are in the way. Yeah, no, I'm gonna wait. Because the trees are in the way. Alright, loom. Let's make, 2 sheets. And then fill the rest with, rope. And knowing that we now have a loom, I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of fiber from out here. So we can make a whole bunch of cloth, sheets, ropes, etc. Now, at the moment, our crafting station is a level 1 crafting station, hasn't been upgraded, which means we cannot make the Star Medallion wall scroll. The crafting station itself will need to be upgraded for that, which is a advanced crafting research. Advanced crafting research. I don't know if I want to queue up right now, because I think the blade processor is probably the next most important. Plus, the game is going to tell us to research certain things as well. In fact, I'm going to research trot technique, which allows a 10% movement speed buff to workers that aren't carrying anything. Using up almost the remainder of our blue goo research. The good news is, Pouncy Paw's here, and we should have a lot of guests being able to check in. And not all of them are going to be pingtons, as you can see. So we have a wider variety. So let's do Tune, Resi, and on the second floor, Zephyr, Azure, and Gertie. So these new guys, like Russell's pasta, do not like grapes, peppers, or mandrew leaf. So let's go to the menu. Remove the glitch pasta. It's being phased out now. I'm going to get rid of it entirely. And I'm going to delete it from the menu. And, so we have the Scorpio pasta that the pingtons like. Right? Because it has skyberries in it. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to make a food with Russell's pasta and I don't think I have any tentacles. So we'll just do a Russell's pasta for the... Actually, you know what? Scorpio pasta should satisfy them too. They don't dislike skyberries, right? No. So that's fine. So I'll just leave it be. So once we take 2 more orders in the restaurant, we will satisfy the strength in numbers. But every single room is now full. I made some extra sheets so that we can flip the beds when they're dirty. And then I'm just making a whole bunch of rope. And here we go, orders. Scorpio pasta is basically what everyone's gonna order. And boy, did it get full quick, didn't it? Do I have enough skyberries? I may not. I have 8 left, so we'll try to buy some. Bye-bye, Pouncy. Okay, we got trot technique, so we move faster. As you can see, like Maklo has already taken advantage of it because he's walking around. It's kind of hard to tell, but he's walking around a little bit faster as a result. All right, more research queue. I don't believe there's any research projects that we can... No, we cannot do any of them at the moment. Let's make some more bentos out of the peach. And Tukyuk wants to talk. I overheard some murmurs among the guests. Not all of them spoke kindly. It pains me to report. It made me reflect. As it stands, we offer no means to leave the island before Pouncy Paw's ship arrives. At my former post, we had what they called a taxi pad, a modest platform for those who wished to come and go. I believe that it would be wise to build something similar here. Our staff, as brave as they are, may one day need a path home too. Come then, let's build a proper place for arrivals and farewells alike. So, we need to research taxipad. Going over to the research station, taxipad is here. So we need to research Spick and Span, which allows us a 10% movement speed, traveling for maintenance, cleaning, and repair tasks, and then research Tip Jar, and both is 40 and 50 blue goo alike, to then eventually get taxipad, which is green goo and blue goo. So now we have a new priority. And, minor spoiler, the new guys here that came in, these new species, do give us the green goo. So we have Pingtons checked in, which is blue goo, and we have, where's the other species? Give me a moment, I'm just going through the journal here. Darrets are orange goo. The Maclovians are green goo. The Pingtons are blue goo. I don't know why it's not showing... Don't know why it's being hidden for me, but, you know, whatever. Where's Bacon? Thank you for the resub. There's another thing off script that I want to research as well, which is bathrooms. Bathrooms are rather important. So as soon as I get the blue goo for bathrooms, I want to hit those up as well. In fact, I should probably have gotten bathrooms before I got the trot technique, but whatever. So far, no one's made a mess in the kitchen. Talk to the Toravis guest. Oh, here we go. Maybe this unlocks the species. The winds have changed. I can fill in the water. I fill it in the earth. Yet, change is not our enemy. Nature, too, transforms in its time. I bid you welcome, almighty pilgrim. You've chosen well. The soil here remains untainted by human greed. We, the Taravi, approve of that. Still, there is work ahead. The grove whispers beyond these walls, yet few hear it. We spend our days beneath the sky, not ceilings. Would you consider shaping a quiet space where branches stretch, a place to sit and breathe? That would be nice. So these guys are kind of like Buddhist low-key, and they want outdoor space. It's one of their requests, if you will. So if we right-click on them, as you can see, they have a fun, bladder, hunger, hygiene, and rest. Hygiene is not something we offer because we don't have bathrooms, or we only have restrooms. But at the very least, we can get a harmony bench and harmony fountain for them. So we're gonna research that as a high priority, and then craft 2 benches and a fountain, and be putting it outside. A park area, indeed. And different species have their own specific desires. So their species desires outdoor space. And here we go. Green goo for the Taravis. So as you can see, Makalovian and Taravi are both green goo. And the Taravi are soil-bound. So they all have their own sort of preferences. And we'll try to satisfy them accordingly. So here we go. 2 benches, 1 and 2, and a fountain. And I am nearly out of wood, so once we manage to craft this stuff, I should go out chopping down trees or buying wood from the merchant, although I don't have a lot of money, so that might not be a thing we can do. Oh, more orders. Okay, there we go. I am probably almost out of materials for Scorpio pasta, so we are going to have to start proposing alternatives soon. And create another menu item to accommodate that. Unless the merchant ship arrives in time. We'll see. Alright, here's the fountain. And now they're going to have a Green Guardian area once it's done. So now I need to wait for them to use the new benches. Thank you for tuning in to Hotel Galactic, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind, I've asked for no spoilers or backseating. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Radamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Radamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch a next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow spacefarers.